Some collections are curated. This one is conducted. A symphony of machines, each with their own voice. Horsepower in harmony. Welcome to the MGroup collection. Hey everybody, Chris Jacobs here. Thank you for joining me as we check out this amazing group of cars. What really stands out to me about this collection is that it's got something for everyone.
Well, that's right, Chris. And what better way of kicking off and introducing the collection rather than a true classic. And how about this? A 1930 Cadillac Sport Phaeton 452 V16. The Sport Phaeton refers to the design of bodywork, particularly the drop second screen here that is operated from a lever inside the rear of the car. And a little bit like our friends and chaps at Rolls-Royce, the owner of this Cadillac is more likely to be sat here rather than here. Now, we talked about the V16 underneath the engine cover here, and it is an incredibly complex piece of automotive engineering. There is a lot going on in there. So the question is, why would Cadillac want to do that? The more cylinders, the more pistons that are on the move, the better balanced it is. The car to me represents opulence and excellence, all encapsulated in this exquisite deep bottle green. I love it. This is the 1972 Miura 400 SV Lamborghini. The SV Spinto Veloce, made for speed. The final iteration, boy, and it is absolutely beautiful. Everything about this Lamborghini is perfection. It has a V12 mounted transversely in the back to really make the car nimble. This blue, what I will call Tahitian blue, is absolutely fantastic. Every line that Bertoni, the design house, put on this car works with this one-off car, this one-off color. It is magnificent. Well, I just mentioned Bertoni, the other great design house in Italy, Pininfarina. Let's move over here and introduce you to the 250 short wheelbase Ferrari front-engined V12 from 1963. Well, Pininfarina did an absolutely remarkable job of making the lines flow across this car. The flanks, the hood, the rear, everything just works magnificently. Ferrari wanted to introduce an open-top tourer in their classic 1960s front-engine V12 configuration for the American market, and boy oh boy, did Ferrari, Maranello and Pininfarina hit that design out of the park. This has become one of the most iconic, one of the most collectible Ferraris ever to leave the stables of Maranello.
Well, Stephen, what collection coming to a Mecum auction would be complete without a selection of great American muscle cars? From the 1960s, we've got Max Wedge and Hemi Plymouths and a 427 Corvette from 1969 with that big L71 435 horsepower big block. But now, the boss has arrived. 1969 Boss Mustang. The story's been told a million times. The engine in here, that 375 horsepower semi-Hemi, was a homologation engine because Ford needed to legalize that motor to race in NASCAR. How successful was it? Well, David Pearson won the 1969 NASCAR championship with a 429 powered Ford Torino. And who came in second? Richard Petty, the only year he ran a Ford in NASCAR, and finished just behind David Pearson in the points. This and Candy Apple Red, very popular color. And just a quick note on these Magnum 500 wheels, 15-inch wheels from the factory, usually 14-inch. So a little beefier set of rubber, all four corners on this Boss 429. Truly one of the all-time great muscle cars in Ford history.
Beyond a particular collector's desire to own any particular car, collectors are looking at three things. It's the rarity of the car, the condition of the car, and the mileage. Clearly some of those facets are intertwined. So when we get to this 2006 Ford GT, well, we're off to a good start because this color, the speed yellow, was the rarest color on option in 2006. collectors are interested. Also, this car features the optional black painted speed stripe which runs front to rear. There were 3 other options available from Ford to buyers in 2006. The forged lightweight BBS rims, the painted calipers on this car, they are black, and a Macintosh sound system inside the chassis. Well, surprise, surprise, this car has them all. Now we've got rarity upon rarity upon rarity. Yes, the collectors are extremely interested. Oh, and not to forget that mileage, there are but 13 miles on the clock. The car is effectively brand new.
The MGroup is awash with fabulous Ferraris, and here is yet another one. 1966 Ferrari 275 GTS. This is the open-top version of the 275. The GTB, fixed roof, a little bit more for performance, this one more for leisurely cruising. But the power plant, it's not leisurely. It is a 3.3-liter V12 with 260 horsepower, and it has that legendary gated 5-speed manual transmission. We've got leather-stitched seats, we've got wood veneered dashboards, and yes, this car even has air conditioning. The color, blue Serra with the chrome Burani wire wheels. Perfecto. From perfecto to molto bene. 1 year later, after that Ferrari, we've got this 1967 275 GTB4. That's the 4-cam version of that 3.3-liter V12. Now, this is the first high-performance, road-going Ferrari to combine the 4 cams, 5-speed manual, and that transmission is now in the rear. It's a transaxle, and this car rides on a fully independent suspension, another first for the Ferrari road cars. Now, you'll notice the styling on this car from Pininfarina. This is the car that established that long nose, short deck configuration, which became a Ferrari trademark. And this car, again, has that color scheme that just sets it apart from all the other cars in the Ferrari collection. The fly yellow with the chrome Burani wire wheels, just a perfect matrix of color and style.
Well, and continuing that theme of exquisite V12 front-engined Ferrari Tourers, let me introduce you to the 365 Daytona, a car that was made in both Berlinetta fixed-top versions and the soft-top version. It is a 4.4-litre V12, and as I said, mounted in the front with a 5-speed manual transmission. This would be the last front-engine car Enzo Ferrari and the crew would build before going to the rear-engine Berlinetta Boxer, the 512.
Some Ferraris may be more rare, some may be more valuable, but the argument can be made that the most iconic is the F40. Famously, the last model personally approved by Enzo Ferrari. It's powered by a 2.9-liter twin-turbo mated to a 5-speed manual transmission. Initially developed to compete in Group B against the likes of the Porsche 959 and the Jaguar XJ220. While that didn't materialize, it did become famous for being a race car in the clothing of a street car. All left the factory in this beautiful Rosa Corsa. It was initially intended for a run of about 400 cars. Over 1,300 were eventually produced, with 213 of those bound for the US market. Steve Matchett, I know you're standing by with the next iteration of Ferrari icon.
Where did Maranello go to celebrate 50 years of all things Ferrari? Well, this is the answer. The F50. Absolutely exquisite piece of automotive engineering. What Maranello's engineers did with this car, however, that they didn't do with the F40, is take the next step in terms of giving their customer base a truly magnificent, full-on Formula One experience. And I say that because the power plant in the back of the F50 is a genuine Scuderia Ferrari 3.5-litre V12 F1 engine. Absolutely remarkable. And when we talk about Formula One and Ferrari and that wailing banshee sound that really became so iconic from Ferrari, it is this very engine in this car that did it. truly spectacular supercar from 1995. My colleague Bill Stevens is standing alongside with another supercar from 1995.
I have a feeling a lot of people have never seen one of these. It's a 1995 Bugatti EB110. Only 139 were built, and there's an interesting story behind that. Back in 1991, Ettore Bugatti, the founder of the company, would have celebrated his 110th birthday. The Bugatti company, under new leadership, decided to build a supercar to commemorate that event. This is the result. The Bugatti EB110 is powered by a quad-turbo, 8-liter, 560 horsepower monster engine with a 6-speed manual and all-wheel drive. This is the Super Sport. Gives you 610 horsepower and a top speed of over 210 miles per hour. This is a car that actually beat the McLaren F1 to the marketplace, and a lot of people don't know that either. The EB110 paved the way for this car 10 years later. The Bugatti Veyron, the car that rocked planet Earth, and why not? It has a monstrous 8-liter V16 engine with 4 turbos, making over 1,000 horsepower for a top speed of over 250 miles an hour. So, we've got the EB110, we've got the Veyron. 2 cars, 1,600 horsepower, works for me. I could run out of superlatives to describe this 2020 McLaren Speedtail. Its nickname is Valentina because of the exterior paint. This is Fresno Valentine Violet, and we have some exposed carbon fiber as well. Before we get to the hardware underneath, something about the body. Notice this is a 250-mile-an-hour supercar, but there are no wings, no spoilers, no flaps, no canards, nothing like that. It's all smooth, and yet, through the engineering at McLaren, this car will achieve those speeds. Now for the engine. Twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8, but this is a hybrid system. 746 horsepower from the internal combustion, another 308 horsepower from the electric system. Total value of the deal, 1,036 horsepower. Other engineering feats about this automobile: the driver sits in the center, passengers on each side, and the passenger seats are integrated into the full carbon fiber monocoque chassis. Everything about this car is a tour de force when it comes to great engineering. However, a year earlier, look at this 2019 McLaren Senna. We talked about no wings, no flaps, no canards. Look at the downforce on this automobile. This is worth 220 miles an hour, basically with the same engine. And yes, very rare, only 500 were built, and any collector worth his salt wants one of these in his menagerie. Well, now we're going truly international. We've got a British supercar named after a Brazilian Formula One champion. To Chris Jacobs, it's going to take us racing in Germany.
Well, Dankeschön, Bill. I am indeed taking us to Germany, and we are traveling there in this 2019 Porsche 935. This car was built as a tribute to the original 935 and also to celebrate Porsche's 70th anniversary as a company. Oh, this car is simply amazing. It's powered by a twin-turbo, water-cooled flat 6 mated to a 7-speed PDK transmission. Lightweight materials throughout, center lock wheels, single seat configuration. Oh boy, would you love to get the keys to this one. Limited to a run of just 77 units, and this one is particularly special due to the optional Martini livery. That was offered to celebrate the 50th anniversary between Porsche and Martini Racing. Wow is all I can say about this car. And what about this legend? Ask any Porsche aficionado about the 959 and you'll be met with a wry smile and a nod of the head, because they know that this car is one of a kind. Originally developed to race in the Group B series, by the time it was produced, that series no longer existed, so it became a production car. In limited numbers, of course, only 292 produced. Most of those were comfort models, which is one of these. That means it's got the leather seats, the air conditioning, all of those creature comforts. This car is powered by a 2.8-liter flat 6, which is both air-cooled and water-cooled. Yeah, it's a bit of a hybrid. The cylinders are air-cooled while the heads are water-cooled. It is mated to a 5-speed manual transmission, 4-wheel drives, a feature which became standard on all future Porsche turbocharged models. Double wishbone suspension, both front and rear, with an adjustable ride height from 4.7 inches all the way up to 7.1 inches. Why so high? Well, Porsche actually intended for this car to be able to go off-road. In addition to those 5 forward gears, it's also got a G gear, which is short for Gelände, which is German for terrain. Yes, you could actually drive off-road in this car. In fact, it competed in the Paris to Dakar Rally. Instant classic, unbelievable car, and most Porsche guys will say this is their favorite model. When the MC12 was introduced, it was in order for Maserati to homologate the car so that they could compete in the FIA GT Championship. It's built on the chassis of a Ferrari Enzo and also uses its engine, a 6-liter V12, which is one of the most powerful naturally aspirated engines ever produced. That power goes through a 6-speed automated manual transmission controlled by paddle shifters. Now, although it borrows the Enzo's chassis and also its powertrain, it's slightly wider, longer, and taller than the Enzo, thanks to that air scoop. During its 2-year production run of 2004 to 2005, only 50 road cars and 12 race cars were produced, making it extremely rare. This is an incredible car, and I can't wait to see it cross the auction block in Indy. Well, we hope you enjoyed this preview of the MGroup collection crossing the block on Saturday, May 16th at Dana Mecum's 39th Original Spring Classic. And with the exception of the Ferrari 250 GT California, all of the cars will be sold at no reserve. For Bill Stevens and Steve Matchett, I'm Chris Jacobs. We'll see you in Indy.